Welcome to this exciting video where we explore 11 cool and surprising facts about Mexico City, a vibrant metropolis steeped in rich culture, history, and modern life. If you think you know Mexico City, think again. There's much more to this megacity than meets the eye. Make sure to stick around because later in the video, we'll dive into one of the most fascinating facts about a mystery in Mexico City's ancient history that will leave you stunned. Can you guess what historical treasure Mexico City is hiding? Stay tuned, and we'll reveal the answer later on. Whether you're planning a trip, love learning about other cultures, or are just curious about this city, you're in for a treat. Now, let's begin our journey through incredible facts about Mexico City. Ready? Let's dive in. Number 11. Mexico City is sinking. Did you know that Mexico City is slowly sinking? This is not a myth, it's a scientifically documented fact. Mexico City was originally built on an ancient lake bed, Lake Texcoco, by the Aztecs. Over centuries, the city has been draining the water underneath its ground to meet the demands of its growing population. As a result, the city is sinking at a rate of up to 15 inches, 38 centimeters, per year in some areas. What's even more interesting is that this sinking is uneven. While some parts of the city are sinking faster, others aren't. This has caused cracks in buildings, streets, and infrastructure. Engineers are continuously working to find solutions to this problem, but it's a race against time. Imagine walking through a city that's essentially sinking under its own weight. Crazy, right? It makes you wonder what the city might look like 100 years from now. Number 10. Second largest museums in the world. You might think of London or Paris when you hear about museums, but did you know that Mexico City comes in second in the world for the number of museums? With over 170 museums, Mexico City is a cultural paradise for history buffs, art lovers, and curious tourists. From ancient artifacts to modern art, the variety is endless. The National Museum of Anthropology is one of the most popular spots, housing ancient relics from Mexico's indigenous civilizations like the Maya and Aztecs. If you're more into art, the Frida Kahlo Museum, also known as the Blue House, showcases the life and works of one of the most iconic Mexican artists of all time. Number 9. Own floating gardens. One of the most unique features of Mexico City is the chinampas or floating gardens found in Xochimilco, a district located just outside the main city. These floating gardens were originally created by the Aztecs and serve as an ingenious agricultural system. By building rafts and covering them with soil, the Aztecs were able to grow crops on the water, utilizing the fertile land around the lake. Today, you can still visit these floating gardens by taking a ride on colorful gondola-like boats called trajineras. As you float down the canals, you can enjoy traditional Mexican food, listen to live mariachi bands, and even see some of the local wildlife. It's a peaceful retreat from the hustle and bustle of the city and a reminder of Mexico City's ancient agricultural roots. Number 8. Mega Metropolis. Mexico City is huge, both in population and in size. With over 22 million people in the metropolitan area, it's one of the largest cities in the world. But what's even more impressive is the density of the population. The city is sprawling, stretching over 573 square miles, 1,485 square kilometers, but it's still packed with people. Every neighborhood in Mexico City has its own distinct culture and vibe. From the bustling financial district to the colorful markets in Coyoacán, there's something new to discover around every corner. Here's a fun challenge. Can you guess how many tacos are consumed daily in this massive city? Stick around, and I'll reveal the answer soon. Number 7. UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Mexico City is brimming with history, and this is evident in its UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The city is home to several incredible locations that have been recognized for their historical and cultural significance. For example, the entire historic center of Mexico City is a World Heritage Site containing structures like the Metropolitan Cathedral, the National Palace, and the ancient ruins of Templo Mayor. This historic center captures the layered story of Mexico, from its pre-Hispanic roots to its colonial past. One particularly unique site is Xochimilco. As we mentioned before, are the floating gardens and a system of canals that date back to the Aztec Empire. Here, you can ride colorful boats called trajineras and float through this historic waterway, listening to traditional mariachi music, and enjoying authentic Mexican street food. Xochimilco also plays a crucial role in preserving Mexico City's agricultural heritage, chinampas or floating gardens, showcasing ancient and sustainable farming practices. Number 6. Largest public parks in the world. Chapultepec Park, known as the lungs of Mexico City, is not only the largest park in Latin America, but one of the biggest city parks in the world. Spanning over 1,700 acres, 689 hectares. It's twice the size of Central Park in New York City. Chapultepec Park is home to some of Mexico City's most iconic landmarks, including Chapultepec Castle, the only royal castle in the Americas, and the National Museum of Anthropology. The park is a haven for locals and tourists alike, offering everything from serene lakes for paddle boating to a zoo with more than 2,000 animals. But did you know there's a legend tied to Chapultepec Castle? Stay tuned to hear about the mysterious connection between the park and the Aztec gods. Number 5. Culinary capital. When it comes to food, Mexico City is a paradise for food lovers. Mexican cuisine is world-renowned, and nowhere is it more authentic and diverse than in its capital city. From high-end gourmet restaurants to street vendors selling mouth-watering tacos, tamales, and tortas, the variety is staggering. Street food culture is a huge part of daily life here, with famous dishes like tacos al pastor, spit-roasted pork tacos, and quesadillas, not always filled with cheese in Mexico, being served from food stalls on almost every street corner. There's even an annual taco festival dedicated to celebrating this beloved dish. So how many tacos are eaten daily in Mexico City? The answer is a staggering 30 million tacos per day. Number 4. September 15th is the day Mexicans celebrate their independence from Spain, as opposed to popular belief of Cinco de Mayo, which is a different celebration. The Grito de Independencia celebration is one of Mexico's most important national holidays. Every year on the night of September 15th, Mexicans gather to commemorate the moment when Miguel Hidalgo called for independence from Spanish rule in 1810. The event begins with the president reenacting the historic Grito de Dolores, ringing the same bell that Hidalgo once used. Cities come alive with fireworks, music, traditional foods, and patriotic displays. Flags wave in the streets, and people shout, "Viva Mexico!" in unison. This powerful celebration is a tribute to Mexico's enduring spirit of freedom, unity, and cultural pride. Number 3. City's foundation is a mythological legend. Mexico City has a foundation story unlike any other. According to Aztec legend, the city was founded where an eagle was seen devouring a snake on a cactus, which was interpreted as a sign from their gods. This spot became the heart of Tenochtitlan, the Aztec capital, which is now modern-day Mexico City. This powerful image is still so important that it's featured on the Mexican flag. The legend is deeply rooted in Mexican identity and is a symbol of the country's indigenous heritage. Here's a question for you. If you could paint a mural to represent your city, what would it be? Drop your ideas in the comments below. Number 2. Largest public universities. Mexico City is also an educational hub. The National Autonomous University of Mexico, UNAM, is the largest university in Latin America and one of the oldest in the Americas, founded in 1551. It's known for its research, incredible faculty, and breathtaking murals that adorn many of its buildings. UNAM's campus is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, famous for its architecture and cultural significance. The main campus, known as Ciudad Universitaria, is like a city within the city, complete with museums, libraries, sports facilities, and even its own Olympic Stadium. Number 1. The Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos, is a vibrant Mexican tradition that honors loved ones who have passed. Celebrated on 1st as opposed one saint and 2nd, it blends indigenous Aztec rituals with Catholic influences. Families create colorful altars, or ofrendas, decorated with marigolds, candles, and photos of the departed. Sugar skulls and pan de muerto, bread of the dead, are offered to invite spirits back for a joyful reunion. It's not a time of mourning but of celebration, filled with music, dance, and love. This festival reminds us that death is not the end, but a beautiful part of life's cycle. And there you have it, 11 cool facts about Mexico City that make it one of the most interesting places on Earth. From its ancient history and cultural richness to modern-day wonders, there's always something new to discover. Let us know what was your favorite part of the video and what cities you'd like to see next. Feeling generous? You can support us through your donation via PayPal. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about fascinating places around the world, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. This was History Travels. See you in the next one.